Oh, damn, somebody look on the phone. See. Oh, we good.
You should show.
Oh, yeah. That's it. Yep. All right, Shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone Church, Birmingham, Alabama. All right, Shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone Church, Birmingham, Alabama. Yeah, got that feedback.
It's on TV too.
Yeah. All right, Shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone Church of Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, we want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Wahab, Rakab, Quadash.
Yeah, which is the correct name for the Heavenly Father, His beloved Son, and the Holy Spirit in the ancient Hebrew tongue. Also want to give double honors to the head apostle, elders of Great Millstone, and Shalom must do honors and respect to the sincere brethren out there that's also laboring in His work. So this lesson right here is going to be, centered around prophecy, all right? Which right now we're in a time of prophecy. Matter of fact, let's go over there real quick. Revelation 19 chapter.
Yeah, this Revelation chapter 19 and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him. And he said unto me, see thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahawashi. Worship the Most High, for the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy.
Right. So the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy. And just yesterday at camp, we had some bug outs came up, approached us, and they came in that Islamic spirit. You got our people who follow that Kemetic nonsense, the Moors, and even amongst Christianity, even those who actually use the Bible as their foundation. Well, the difference between all them different religions, especially outside of the scriptures, there is nothing to do with prophecy, man. You know what I'm saying? Like if you get entangled in all those different ideas, okay, what can they tell you about these stores closing down, man? Or this vibrational warp on the planet Earth? The American dollar at the verge of collapse. The so-called white man, his current system is spiraling out of control. Them different books, they don't deal with the spirit of prophecy, man. All right? Matter of fact, get that real quick. Isaiah 34th chapter, and the 16th verse. Because out of all these different books, these different doctrines, it don't measure up to the scriptures because the scriptures actually embodies the spirit of prophecy. All right? Go ahead.
This is Isaiah 34:16. Seek ye out the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth they have commanded, and his spirit they have gathered them.
Right. So it said none shall want her mate. Meaning not another book on the planet Earth. No other source of information can rival the scriptures. Why? Because the scriptures have a spirit of prophecy, which prophecy is powerful, man. We can actually tell you why the store is closing down. We can tell you the reason for the money being at the verge of collapse. All right? The so-called white man losing his grip on power. All these different nations jockeying for position and flexing their muscle, man. And the vibration of war being on the planet Earth. We can tell you the reasons why. Actually, we got the answer to the age-old question, what's the meaning of life, man? We can tell you what's on the horizon. We can tell you the future. That's a miracle in itself. But the reason why is because we have the proper knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the scriptures. So this whole thing that we're involved in, what makes it, far and beyond above any other thing you people into out there, is we deal with the spirit of prophecy, man. All right, and that's a direct, that's directly from Yahawashi. Matter of fact, somebody hold Isaiah 40. You got something?
Yeah, I got
hold Isaiah. I think that's 46 and 10.
Yeah,
hold that on there. Go ahead, I'll what you got.
This 2 Ezra 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy.
Right. So the Lord says, speak thou in the ears of my people, which that's a separation. That's a negative in itself. This Bible is not for the masses of you people out there, man. You so-called white people, so-called Chinese and Arabs and Africans. Well, this book is our book. This is a book of history, that contains certain cultures and, the history of our forefathers. There's also a book of law, statutes, and commandments, a book of writings, but it's ultimately a book of prophecy, man. All right, go ahead up.
Which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Right, so everything that you read in these scriptures is faithful and true. And the reason why we know that, because of the things that have already come to pass, man. All right, the prophecies prophesied about, the prophets prophesied about the flood. Noah prophesied about the flood, man. What, 100 or so odd years before it actually happened? It was prophesied about these great kingdoms that's documented in history. For example, Alexander the Greek and the Greeks, the Persians, the Medes, all these different empires was actually recorded in the scriptures, man. And now today, you can actually find relics and different, you can find different evidence, artifacts that support that the kingdom was around, man. So these words in this book stand the test of time. These words stand affirmed. Why? Because it's prophecy, man. All right, go ahead up.
This is Isaiah chapter 46 and verse 10, declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done.
Right, so the Lord said declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done. What's that? Prophecy, man. Which through the Spirit, we're going to go into some of the things that have not yet been done, but that's on the horizon, man. It's fast approaching. All right, go ahead up.
Saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Right, my counsel shall stand. And what's the counsel of the Lord? Pretty much to destroy Esau, man. Matter of fact, somebody get that in, you got a precept?
No.
Get that Malachi. Yep, Malachi 1. Because that's the counsel of the Lord right there, man. To destroy the wicked. Matter of fact, while he getting there, get that Proverbs 16, 4. Because everything was set up. It gotta be a punching bag, man. You know, if you're a warrior, it gotta be somebody on the target. Somebody gotta be the what you call it? The victim, man. Just to simplify it. All right? And that will be Esau. Go ahead up. Proverbs 16 and 4 first.
Yeah, this Proverbs 16 and verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yeah, even the wicked for the day of evil.
Right, so the Lord made all things, he created all things, even the wicked for the day of evil. And the day of evil is fast approaching. There's a time reserved which Yahawashi is going to pour out his wrath on the inhabitants of the planet Earth, man. Starting with Esau. The Lord's going to take down this current system. And whoever is indoctrinated, immersed, acclimated into this system, in this society, you're going to go down as well. All right? Go ahead up.
Yeah, this Revelation chapter 9 and verse 15, and the four angels were loose, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year for to slay the third part of men.
So everything is precise. The Lord got everything set to a T, man. Down to the very day, month, week, hour, second, millisecond. It's already written. And who's going to be in the scope? Who's on the radar? Who's in the crosshairs, man? Esau. All right. So go ahead and get what you got up.
Yeah, because this is Malachi, I'm starting 1. This is Malachi 1 and verse 1. The burden of the word of the Lord, so Israel by Malachi, I have loved you, saith the Lord Yahawashi. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau.
Right, and that I had somebody to come up on the comment with a video me and you did. We was going on about the statue, the Baphomet, and I had a weirdo, like a Esau chick, Edomite chick. She came and said, God is love, and she left this long, drawn out comment. But that scripture cut that, man. The Lord actually identified who he hated. All right, read it again up.
Yeah, start at verse 2 again. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet ye say, wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother, saith the Lord? Yet I loved Jacob, and I hated Esau.
Yep, go ahead.
And laid his mountains in his heritage waste for the dragons of the wilderness. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build in desolate places, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, thou shalt build, but I will throw down. And thou shalt call.
Read that one more time. That part right there.
Yeah, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate. Let me read it again, slightly. We are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, thou shalt.
So that's going into after the Roman Empire fell, they returned and they did rebuild the desolate places, man. Because this place is a replica, really, of Rome, Mount Syria. You know, these different buildings, they're a replica of mountains, Petra. You know, certain parts of Washington, D.C., it's straight up a replica of Rome, man. You know what I'm saying? So that was Esau rebuilding the desolate places. Yep, go ahead.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, thou shalt build, but I will throw down.
And that's what's about to happen. The Lord is going to throw down what they built. Go ahead.
And they shall call them the port of wickedness, and the people whom the Lord hath indignation for forever.
Right. So we read all that to simply tell you that there's no other source you can go to answer the questions of what you're seeing, man. All right. What's happening? What's on the horizon? All right. You see, people can see that America is in danger, but they don't know where to go to dot the I's and cross the T's, so to speak. So they can't go, they ain't got no source where they can go and say, oh, this is why America gonna be destroyed. But we can do that. We can go to the scriptures, man. Why? Because the scriptures deal with prophecy. That's the testimony of Yahawashi. See what I'm saying? And that what separates this teaching, this belief system from anything else you people out there might gravitate to, man. You know, these so-called Muslim niggas, you know, they got eyeglasses, a bow tie. Nah, I mean, but you ask them niggas, you know, one prophecy, man. They don't know what's going on. That will make what we got powerful, man. We know your future. You see? So, you got anything else up? If you don't, go back to where you left off with that second Ezra. Or whoever get it first.
Yeah, it's 2 Ezra 15, and started 2 again, and caused them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee, that speak against thee.
Right, and the word incredulity, that means unbelief. All right? Go ahead.
For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring the plagues upon the earth, and it's like I will bring the plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
Right, and that's the future for America, man. Because you actually got people that believe in that whole rallying cry of Donald Trump making America great again. You got people that's actually optimistic about America bouncing back. But when you read the scriptures say the Lord is going to bring death. Read that part again.
Bring death. It's like the sword, famine, death, and destruction.
All right. So that's what's coming to America, man. So that cancel out everything you people out there might believe, man. But where can we go and give you that forecast, so to speak? To the scriptures, man. You know? Matter of fact, give me Romans 3:3 real quick, guys. Because this is a thing of belief, all right? Because really what most people stumble at is the fact that we reading out of what's perceived to be an ancient book, man, and we married it with modern terminology. And we throw words up like the microchip, all right? Or we throw words up like the missiles, or even America, and we filter it through what's perceived to be an ancient book. That's enough to make somebody say, oh, y'all tripping, man. Y'all reading out a book that was written thousands of years ago, but you talking about modern terms. Well, we just read in Isaiah the 46th chapter that the Lord declared the beginning from the ending. Matter of fact, somebody hold Revelation 1, I think, and 6. Well, if you got that, what I call for bringing up.
This Romans 3:3 said, but with the psalm did not believe, Share that unbelief, make the faith of the Most High without effect.
Right. So who cares if you don't believe? That's the beauty of being in this ministry, man. You know, because although it's a burden, as far as you gonna catch hell, once the hand, you know, the heavy hand of the Lord is on you, when you're a servant of the Lord, you pretty much have to endure afflictions. But one of the perks, if you will, is we ain't got to just go out there and convince your ass, man. We just teach the word, and if you believe, good for you. If you don't, well, you're going to be destroyed.
All right.
Simple as that, man. So read that again up.
God, this is Romans 3:3. For what if some did not believe, shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Mm-hmm.
The Most High forbid, that the Most High be true, but every man a liar.
Yeah, and we just read in 2nd Ezra 15th chapter. The words of this book is faithful and true.
Mm-hmm.
So that the Most High be true and every man a liar, man. So whatever your opinion is, you know, nigga come with, like we had the guy come up talking about Nat Turner and, man, hey, look, man, you a liar, all right? If you're not speaking according to the oracles of the Most High, then you're a liar.
Yeah.
And we wholeheartedly believe in the words in this book, man. Because again, the things that's written, there's some things that already came to pass, man. For an example, Deuteronomy 28 chapter, 15 verse on down, man. All right, scriptures tell you in Deuteronomy 28, and I think 46 or 45, that these curses are going to be as a sign and a wonder on the nation of Israel. So these things actually happen. So that's more incentive to believe on the scripture because the Lord is a man of action. Matter of fact, somebody can get that in what that is that Numbers 23:19 or Deuteronomy 23:19. The Lord is not a man, he shall lie.
Yeah, Numbers 23.
Yeah, all that Numbers 23:19 over there. Yeah, finish what you got up.
Yeah, kind of continue on.
Yeah, you got
Said, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Yes. Read it one more time, so like that.
God, I'm gonna read from the top again. It's Romans 3:4. The Most High forbid, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
Right. So we're gonna be justified, man. There's gonna come a time when you're gonna know that the ambassadors of the Lord was amongst you. It tells you that in Ezekiel what's that, 33rd chapter? That then they should know that a prophet has been among you. Yep, 33 and 33. See? So from there, go to what you got up. This is Revelation.
The book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 8. I am Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end.
Right, Alpha and Omega, those are Greek words for beginning and ending. All right, go ahead.
Saith the Lord, which is, and which was, and which is to come, the Almighty.
Go ahead.
Revelation 1 and 9.
Okay, that it said which was, which is, and which is to come, meaning what? The Lord covers all sides of the spectrum. So if the Lord have certain knowledge of the past, the present, and the future, how can he leave America out of this thing, man? See what I'm saying? So the scriptures speaks about America for all you people out there who want to say, well, I believe in the Bible, but I don't think America. Like somehow, Yahawashi in his great wisdom forgot about America. America slipped under the radar. Under the radar, man. Matter of fact, give me Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 17 real quick.
God, this Wisdom of Solomon.
Started at 17, I think the point is 18 though.
God, yeah, the Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 17. For he have given me certain knowledge of the things that are, namely, to know how the world was made and the operation of the elements, the beginning, ending, and midst of the time.
See? So the Lord have the knowledge and wisdom of the beginning, which you go back to the garden, the flood, that's recorded. It say the ending and midst. Now the midst is right now. The ending is right now because this is the end times. Matter of fact, real quick, get with that 2nd Ezra, the 6th chapter,
6 and
28.
28.
In the 9th verse.
Yeah, this me. I got it right.
Yeah, that's spirit. Yep, go ahead, bring it up.
This second Ezra 9 and verse 5. For like it's all.
No. Not that. Hold it. That's a good one too. But second Ezra 6 and 9.
6 and 9. Slaki.
Yeah, and get that too. That's a good one. What you got?
Okay.
Get that 6 and 9 first. Then get that.
All right, so this second Ezra.
Because the scripture just said the Lord have certain knowledge of beginning, midst, and end of times. All right. So this scripture going to show you or give you the measurable, so to speak, of what's the end time. All right. Go ahead.
Because this second Ezra 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning thereof that follow.
Right. So the scripture is telling you that in the end times, Esau will be ruling. And for us in the know, we know who Esau is, man. That's the so-called white man. So when you read Wisdom of Solomon, the 7th chapter, where our Lord said he has certain knowledge of beginning, midst, and end of times, obviously he talking about this time, man. Because this is the time when Esau is ruling. See? So you can get what you got out.
Sorry, first verse. First, then jump down to 5.
Yep, come. Yep.
All right, come. This 6 Ezra 9 and verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thy time diligently in itself, and without seeing part of the signs past, which I have told thee before.
Right, measure the time diligently in itself. All right, go ahead.
And jump down to verse 5.
And again, real quick, and it said when you see part of the things past, what I told you before, that's talking about all the prophecies that have come to pass, man. All right, from the time we was rounded up and well, prior to that, we was chased out of Jerusalem when the temple was sacked, 70 AD. Well, from 64 to around 74 AD, we was chased out of Jerusalem. And we brought over here in cargo slaves. So all that's recorded in the scriptures, man. So we saw all that come to pass. All right, go ahead up.
Jump down to verse 5. The 6 Ezra 9 verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world hath the beginning and the end is manifest.
Yeah, and the end is manifest. We go into the definition of the word manifest. It means what? To make clear or to make obvious. When how is that made obvious? By way of the prophecies, man. Because we can filter everything through everything Yahawashi spoke, especially when you read Matthew with the 24th chapter, around the 3rd verse on down, where the disciples came to the Lord privately and asked him, Lord, what will be the signs of thy coming? And the Lord clearly told him, man, you're going to hear wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not troubled. There's going to be earthquakes in diverse places. Nations going to rise up against each other. All that's happening right now, man. That's the testimony of Yahawashi. All you people out there who claim that you believe in these scriptures, man, if you're not prophesying or if you ain't bringing up the prophecies and able to filter them through the scriptures, then you're not in the spirit. You don't come in the spirit of Yahawashi. All right? So go ahead and get what you got up.
Yeah, kind of. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 27. It says, what I tell you in darkness, that speak ye in light, and when ye hear the ear, that preach ye upon the housetops.
Right. So the scripture said, what I tell you in darkness. Somebody get that Amos 3rd chapter. So the Lord said, what I tell you in darkness, that you preach ye upon the housetop. Really, what you see unfolding before your eyes is actually a fulfillment of that scripture, man. We those men. The Lord told us in darkness, which is a secret, all right? The Lord gave us his secret, man. And that secret is that America is going to be destroyed.
That's right.
In a thermonuclear holocaust. All hell going to break loose out here in America, man. The dollar going to crash, you know? And once this system break down, then you people going to be hauled off in concentration camps, man. That's on the law. That's on the books, man. There's concentration camps all throughout America, man. And Esau going to show his hand. He's going to show his horns, man. And everything we've been telling you, you're going to consider it, but it's going to be too late. Then Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, and 33rd verse, going to be in full effect, man. Yeah. All right? That's a part of the reward right there, if you didn't know. Just that euphoria of I told you so. All right? So go get what you got up.
I got a quick precept. Yeah, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I started verse 3. It says, "And they repenting and groaning from anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision."
Right, yeah, and that's beautiful, man, because that's dealing with Esau and you Jakes. All right, you're gonna be groaning, you're gonna be tormented in your spirit because you're gonna be in a situation where you're gonna say, "Damn, the same men that we looked at as just bombs, you know, we dismissed them, we took them light." You're gonna say, "Damn, these the prophets." Go ahead, up.
It says, "And a proverb of reproach,
Mm-hmm.
we fools account of his
Oh yeah,
life."
we witnessed that last week, man, and yesterday.
Yeah, kind.
Motherfuckers talk shit, saying, "Y'all, you guys wearing dresses." Well, those same niggas, they gonna, because it's all set up in the spirit, man. Everything is strategic and meticulous with Yahawashi outside. The fact that the spirit got on our elders to publish those signs with the missiles on it, well, there's a reason for that, because that's psychological. Once you actually see the missiles coming, what other group you gonna think about? You ain't gonna think about Islam.
God.
You ain't gonna think about the church. You don't think about the crazy guys on the corner with the missile sign, man. So that's show you the beauty of Yahawashi outside. Go ahead, Al.
It says, "We fools account his life madness,
Mm-hmm.
and his end to be without honor."
Yeah, and that's how they look at us, man. They don't look at us like we gonna be the next rulers of the planet Earth, man. They think our end is just gonna be the dudes that was on the corner. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Al.
"How is he numbered among the children of the Most High, and his lot among the saints?"
Yeah, and they ain't gonna believe that we the guys. You know? Because here in this society, you're programmed and conditioned to believe that, you know, you gotta have a mega church or some shit, or a private jet to be a man of the Lord, man. All right? But you people gonna soon find out that the Lord was dealing with the lowly, man. All right? So, go ahead, yes or no? Go ahead.
Yeah, it's that Amos 3 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
"Surely the Lord power will do nothing, but he revealeth his secret unto his servants, the prophets."
Which is a link up with what we just brought out, Matthew 10 and 27. What I tell you in darkness. Matter of fact, I'll jump into the 6th verse and read that.
All right, it's Amos chapter 3 and verse 6. It says, "Shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid?"
Right, so the trumpet is being blown. And when you go into the ancient times, the watchmen of the city, they would blow a trumpet to warn the people of the impending danger that was coming, man. So in the ancient world, what would happen? They would be afraid.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh shit, because it was different trumpets. Matter of fact, if somebody know what that uncertain sound, because there was different trumpets, right? You had a trumpet for the time of mirth and feast, and the people knew they knew the distinguishing sound. You know, if it was a trumpet for the feast, they're like, "Oh shit, it's gonna be a feast at sundown." The ancient world was beautiful, man. No, this shit fucked up, man. Yeah, a certain feast, a certain trumpet, like, "Oh shit, it's gonna be a feast at sundown." Go get your nice garments together, you be ready for the night, you know what I mean? But if you heard that warning trumpet, then you knew to prepare yourself, man. And that's an eerie sound. Like I had to do a video, guy left a comment, like, "Man, you need to repent and you using vulgar language." You know what I mean? But it's like this. I'm gonna give you an example, right? A fire alarm don't sound, or better yet, what's that? The national broadcast shit. That's not pleasing to your ears, man. Yeah, thank you. That's not pleasing to your ears, man. But do you give a fuck? No, because the way that sound comes off is set up to save your life, man. Why the hell should you give a damn how to sound? You know? You see what I'm saying? So the way we tell you you're gonna die. If your little girl about to get hit by a car, you ain't gonna say, "Please get out the way," you know. You're gonna say, "God damn it, get this," you know.
You may even chuckle out of the street.
You're gonna go through all lengths, man. You're gonna get down and dirty to save her life. And it might not be pretty, but you're gonna do what you gotta do. So that's the sense of urgency. You people don't understand what's about to happen, man. Yahawashi about to show his furious anger, man. He about to pour out his wrath. That's why the scripture talks about how we're going to be saved with fear and trembling. So yeah, go ahead,
Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians chapter 14, and I'm going to start at verse 7. And even things without life giving sound, whether pipe or harp, except they give a distinction in the sounds, how shall it be known what is piped or harp?
Right. So if we were sitting up here, thank you for tuning in today. I want to thank all the brothers and sisters. Then you're gonna think we have fucking peace, man. You're gonna think there was a time of peace, man. So we doing what we supposed to do. We telling you that all hell about to break loose out here in America, man. All right. You had people that had a problem with the rape thing, which rape is in the scriptures. We only just brought that out because the scriptures tell you how to deal with rape. Somehow you people think that rape escaped the understanding of the Most High. No, everything in life is written in the scriptures and how to deal with it, man, including rape. So when we brought that out, people couldn't digest that sound. That was too eerie for them. You know what I mean? But guess what? Once all hell breaks loose, people gonna see rape up close and personal, man. So you should really be getting this knowledge now, becoming familiar with war. You should be becoming acquainted with death and violence, because that's all that's on the forecast, man. And that's what we're here to tell you. Go ahead,
guys.
Somebody get that Ezekiel.
This verse 8, it says, "For if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who shall prepare himself to the battle?"
Right. So if the trumpet give an uncertain sound, who should prepare for the battle? If we, like IUIC, like you seen that demon Nate when he was on an interview with that broad, he was like, yeah, we all about family. And nigga, you giving up an unfamiliar sound, man. You telling Jake to get comfortable in America, man. All hell about to break loose in America. Even them ISUPK niggas. You know, they trying to build schools and come up under the watch of Esau, man. We the only group that's telling you to prepare for war, man. It tells you that too in the, I think that's Ezekiel the 7th chapter. They go into that.
Oh yeah, kind of warn them from me.
Yeah, get them warning from me.
Yep,
Matter of fact, somebody can hold that too.
Yeah, I got it.
Especially where it say the trumpet been none has made ready for the battle. Matter of fact, you can start at the second verse and read it down. Yeah, go ahead, what you got?
Yeah, this is 1 Samuel chapter 16, verse 4. It says, "And Samuel did that which the Lord spake, and came to Bethlehem, and the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, Comest thou peaceably?"
Right, so that was a time when Israel had a certain reverence for the prophets. But you know what? That's the spirit of the Lord. It's like this with the Lord. The Lord actually set the prophets up like undercover cops in his lifetime. If you don't know a cop, if it's an unmarked car, right, you'll run a light in front of him. Or you'll talk shit. You don't even know it's a cop. You're talking shit to him. That's how the Lord did the prophets in his lifetime. He heard us. You don't know we the prophet. That's why you compelled to talk shit to us. See? Back then, Israel knew the prophet. So they're, oh shit, you coming in peace? But now the Lord blinded them. He hid who the prophets were. It's like an undercover cop around you. You do whatever the hell you want to do, not even knowing there's a cop. But that's us. We the prophets, and you want to talk. As a matter of fact, give me real quick before we give me 2 Chronicles 36 and 16. 2 Chronicles 36 and 16.
2 Chronicles.
Because you notice, I just pulled out, when they saw Samuel coming, they said, do you come in peace? And they knew he was a prophet of the Most High. And they knew he could have shook his dust off at that city, man. They can fuck that city up. You got it? 36 and 16?
It's 2 Chronicles 36 and verse 16. But they mocked the messenger of the Most High and despised his words and misused his prophets.
And see, that's a foreshadow of them now, man. That's what Israel doing. They mocking the prophets of the Lord. They misusing his prophets. All right?
Go ahead. Until the wrath of the Lord Yahawashi rose against his people, till there was no remedy.
And that's going to be the results. All right. So it's gonna be a day where you're gonna say, "Damn, them was the prophets, man," and that's gonna be the day where the Lord gonna pour out His wrath on you. All right. So go back. Get what you got.
It is going back to what you said, down the whole years until that time come. Ezekiel 2 and verse 5, and they whether they hear or whether they forbear, for they are rebellious house.
Or whether they forbear. All right, you have the prophets that's been set up as watchmen, and who we set up for, the nation of Israel, man. And they are not hearing, man. They're forbearing. Go ahead, up.
For they are rebellious house.
For they are a rebellious house, man. All right, the Most High said that He was going to send us to a rebellious house, man. And we strictly see that Jacob's a rebellious house, man.
That's why the Lord said, "Make
your face hard against your face, right? Like
your forehead hard, like
your forehead." So like,
because Jacob cut those people, man. Yeah, go ahead.
Yet shall they know that a prophet have been among them.
Yet shall they know a prophet have been among them. And how they gonna know, man? When all hell break loose on the society, like the brother said a minute ago, when they see them missiles leaping across the sky, man, the first thing they gonna think about is the apostles and the elders at Great Millstone, all right, and the rest of the brothers out on the highways and byways that has been set up as a watchman on every coast of America, all right, and foretelling you about the impending dangers. You gonna know this, man. You gonna know, oh man, those guys was the real deal, man. You know, I should have listened, but I was a hard-headed, stiff-necked, dumbass person, man. All right, and now I'm finna get destroyed because I didn't take heed to the sound of the trumpet, man.
Hey, I got a precept for you real quick. Since you mentioned that, there's Ecclesiasticus chapter 12, and verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place. Neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat. And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Yeah, and meaning, like I said, at the last, that's how it always happens. When the smoke clear and the dust settle, in the last you remember, like, oh shit, I fucked up. All right? And that's what that scripture going into. At the last, you're going to remember the words of the Lord, and you're going to be pricked. All right? When you prick, that means something keep poking you, poking at your thoughts. So you're going to be pricked with the thought of, damn, the prophet was actually amongst me, man. I could have actually took heed to the words of Yahawashi, man. But I dismissed it, man. And that's the irony, man. The Lord Yahawashi, he's a great teacher, man. He could, teaching is harsh, man. The Lord is what they call it, a tough love. The Lord exhibits tough love, man. So when he teach you, man, it's going to be real cruel, because it's going to be a lesson learned, but it's going to be at the expense of your life, man. That's how the Most High get down.
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 49. I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, he have made my mouth like a sharp sword, and shut up his hand have he hid me, and made me a polished shaft, and his quiver have he hid me, and said unto me, thou art my servant, O Israel, in whom I will be glorified. So, us speaking the words of the scriptures, man, of Yahawashi, once they see the Lord in that big chariot, they're going to know, like, the word is true. Yeah, I mean, then they shall know that the prophet has been among them, man. That's when the Lord's going to, matter of fact, I got this.
And just to add to, getting that, everything is, like I said earlier, everything is meticulous and perfect and strategic with Yahawashi. The way he dressed in these garments, the Lord going to come back in garments. He's going to come back in garments. It's going to be fancier than ours in his glory, yet it's going to be garments with fringes. And that's going to register with you people too. You're going to say, oh shit, you ain't going to think about a nigga in a bow tie selling bean pies in that day, or a nigga in a 3-piece suit in the pulpit. The thought you're going to think of the dudes that was on the corner with the garments, man. You're going to associate the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords with the men that was out there teaching the word. All right? Yep, you got it out.
Yeah, the John 12:28 says, Father, glorify thy name. Then Then came there a voice from heaven saying, I have both glorified it and will glorify it again. So the plagues that's going to come upon America is going to be from Yahawashi, man. He's going to take all responsibility for it. It says in Isaiah 63, there was none beside me. I had tried to wine press along. So he's gonna establish his name on earth, man.
Yeah, I got a precept of bad. Joshua 9:9, and they said unto him from a very far country, thy servants are come because of the name of the Lord thy power, for we have heard the fame of him and all that he did in Egypt. So yeah, just like I read, the Lord said he's going to bring fame to his name once again. And the first time he brought fame to his name was in ancient Egypt. All right? And that was in the form of many plagues and calamities, man. So the Lord's going to do that again right here in modern day Egypt. All right? Which reason why we can say all these things boldly is why? Because it's written in the prophecies, man. All right? It's in the scriptures. The scriptures actually foreshadow and foretell the fate and destiny of America, man. And it goes through step by step. You know, it actually, the scriptures give you a vivid illustration of what's going to happen here in America. That's why we bring it out boldly, man. And we believe wholeheartedly. All right? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like, remember Solomon's servants, they went around the world, telling everybody how great of a king he is. Yeah. Queen Sheba had to see for herself. We telling you how bad our king is, man. Yeah. But you gonna have to see for yourself, man. You know what I mean? Said he heard the fame of knowledge. Yeah. Well, the Lord, he's gonna show you, man. Because people are asleep right now. You really think that this is a game, but the Lord, he's gonna glorify his name again, man. Yeah,
and what's beautiful about that is once she came, she thought that one of the servants was Solomon. And that's spiritual, because we're gonna be joint heirs. We're gonna be. That's what the scripture said. We're gonna be as the Lord. Yeah. What you got to preach up? Huh? I think that's 6:3. Yeah. And somebody get that second. Oh, that second Ezra 16. Starting at the 18th verse on there. Yeah. Matter of fact, hold that the Isaiah 63, get this first, then we'll get going to that. Start at the 18th verse.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 16 and verse 8. 18. And it reads, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars and the powers shall stand in fear.
Right, and when you go into any of these other sources, any of these other books, they don't go into what's in the future, man. What's on the horizon, the impending danger that's coming. All right, this Bible, okay, it actually it gives you a vivid illustration, man. The Lord said at the beginning of famines, man, which we understand that to be a possibility, man. Even though we know it's going to happen, but you got to entertain that thought, because when you consider like these grocery stores, the reason why you see these different trucks pulling in these grocery stores every 3 days, getting dropping off milk, bread, dairy products, because they can't stock up food for the next 20 years. Everything got an expiration date. You know what I'm saying? So all it takes is a natural disaster or a strike, something as subtle as a truck strike, and now the grocery store shelves is empty, man. So it don't take much for a famine. But how ironic the scripture is going into that. All right, go ahead.
2nd Ezra 16 and 18 again, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famines and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
Yeah, we all know, those of us that know, we know that word evil is a compound word. Eve meaning time, ill meaning bad. So you're going to have bad times to come here in America, man. All right, go ahead.
Behold, famine and plagues, tribulation and anguish are set as scourges for amendments.
Mm-hmm.
Second Ezra 6 and verse 16 and verse 20. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be away mindful in scourges.
Right, so your people ain't gonna be mindful of why this happened, even to this very day. Like we just said, like the stores closed. You people don't know why it's that, man. You don't know that that's because of the prophecies, man. You don't know that because of Ecclesiastes, the 12th chapter. Where the Lord said that the grinders shall cease and the doors shall be shut in the city, man. You just think this, and you people really think that they're gonna bounce back. You people think that Sears gonna make a comeback. That's it, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Sears. Yeah, go ahead.
We appreciate that. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, and verse 3. If when he seeth the sword come upon the land, and he blow the trumpet and warn the people, and that's what we're doing right now, giving you the spirit of prophecy, which are the things that are about to happen on the soils of America, verse 4, and that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, verse 4, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, and the sound of the trumpet are us blowing the trumpet, giving you what's going to happen on the soils of America through the understanding of the scriptures. Then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, so if you hear the things that we're saying and you ain't taking heed to them, if the sword come, and the sword represents death, all right, and death is going to come by the way of Esau, Edom, bringing his marketed beasts, his concentration camps, and ultimately by the way of thermonuclear missiles and Yahawashi and the chariots, all right. If the sword come and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head, all right. So if you didn't listen to what the prophets are telling you, starting with the apostles and the elders, on down to younger brothers like us, all right, the blood is going to be upon you, man. You can't lay the blame on nobody else, because right now, right here, this very moment, man, the trumpet is being blown, man. All right. Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 20. But for all these things, they shall not turn away from their wickedness. See, nor be always mindful of the scourges. See, you ain't mindful of the scourges, man. All right.
You don't know why Russia catch firing missiles right now, man. Hey, nigga, Islam, you don't know, you know what I mean? All this Islam shit. Kemet and Moors. Like the dude, I forget the name, y'all. He say some shit, he say some crazy shit. The Moor guy who came up there.
Oh, yeah, had a little time.
Islam, brother.
Yeah, Islam, brother.
But he did some type of initial with it, though. He kept saying something.
Islam, brother.
Oh, that's all.
He's like, yeah, stand on my squad.
Yeah. Hey, Islam, my brother, Islam. You know what I mean?
And that's an acronym.
Yeah, but it's like, nigga, do you know why Trump in these countries with tariffs, trade wars? Can you tell us that? Can you tell us why is this happening? And what's going to be the results of this, man? What's ultimately going to happen with the so-called white man? All right? Will you so-called Negro, Latino, and Native Americans finally ever come up from under the oppression of your enemy? You know that? Well, guess what? We can tell you the answer to that, man. It's written in the scriptures. Meaning we have the testimony of Yahawashi, man. We got the power of the future, man. And you notice we bold. We speak with authority, man. No, authority don't necessarily mean we authority means you sure. We sure, man. We telling you straight up and down that everything we say is the truth, man. All right? Yep, go ahead.
Like the Ark said, I get Isaiah dumb dog. I think
it's 56.
Like the Ark said, you know, do you guys out there know? All right, you claiming all these other philosophies and everything. All right, but these are the true watchmen, man. These are the true watchmen. All right. Do you know the answer to like the Ark said? Why all these other nations gearing up with thermonuclear weapons? You know what I'm saying? They speaking of all destruction of America, being shot on America.
And I got something very quick before you get that. Let me get this right before you get that. Matthew 16:3. And in the morning it will be foul weather today, but the sky is red. Matter of fact, I'm gonna start at verse 2.
Yeah.
He answered and said unto them, when it is evening, ye say it will be fair weather.
And this is Yahawashi speaking, man. All right, because you want to make all type of predictions. Go ahead, you know.
It says, for the sky is red, and in the morning it will be foul weather today, for the sky is red and lowering. O ye hypocrites, ye can discern the face of the sky, but can ye not discern the sign of the time?
Yeah, and these guys some straight up actors, man. You know, they tell you all these bugged out, far out things, man. But nothing is lining up with prophecy. Nothing is lining up with the scripture. Like Yahawashi said, you can look up in the sky and see the future for us. What the sky says is it's gonna rain. You see the clouds coming out, and you know it's gonna rain. All right, but can you do the same?
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna barbecue.
Yeah, come, yeah, man. It's gonna be a sunny day, man. You know. All right, but can you tell me when the Son of Man is coming back to deliver his elect? All right, no, because you're not being a watchman, man. You're not set up as a watchman. All right, you can't speak. All right, you don't have the breath. You don't have the inspiration, man. All right, the spirit of prophecy. All right, that's the title of this lesson, man.
Yeah. And again, can you discern the sign?
You can't.
Can you tell us why?
That's right. That's right. All these other nations gearing up for war.
Gearing up for war, man. Can you tell us why? Hey, even with scripture talk about too, can you tell us why Vicks was a cheat? Why you can go to damn Wendy's and get 4 for 4, man? We can tell you that, man. We can tell you why you can go and get a $5 pizza, man. Because it's written in the scriptures. All right? That's the signs that Yahawashi is on his way back, man. And like the apostles was touching on about how the whole YouTube shut down. Because everybody was watching the angels live. And the angels was going into the moon.
Yes.
The cherub was going into the moon.
Yes.
And right before that, they were going into the sun. But Yahawashi made the statement, you should see signs
and wonders in the moon and
the sun, man. So this book is the most powerful book on the planet, man. And that's why we thank Yahawashi. He called us into this marvelous light, man.
None shall want on me.
None shall want on me. You ask one of these niggas, what's up with the Quran, man? Like you ask a nigga, hey man, give me a book in the Quran. Break the Quran. You never seen a nigga break the Quran down. I never once heard a nigga break down the Quran, man. I mean, nowhere have a nigga said, we don't, man, why none of you so-called Negroes know one scripture out of the Quran, man? Because them niggas ain't gonna break it down to you, man.
And you got Louis Farrakhan even quoting the Bible.
That's all he do.
That's all he do.
That's all that nigga
but
do.
But you a Muslim, though.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You see Jake bugged out, man. That's why Most High gonna destroy you, man. You know? Isaiah 1 and 3, man. All day, you know? That's Jake. Yep, go ahead up with y'all.
Yeah, this is Isaiah chapter 56 and verse 10. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all.
It says his watchmen are blind. All right, that's these guys that's not lining the things up with the scripture, man, coming out of their own belly. All right, not coming according to the prophecies of Yahawashi. All right, read it again from the top up.
God, it says his watchmen are blind.
All right, they are blind, man, which means what? They can't see. All right, they're in total darkness, man. All right, darkness represents ignorance, not knowing, no understanding. All right, we children of the day, we children of the light. We got understanding, we can see. All right, in the ancient times, the prophets were called what? Seers. All right, go ahead.
It says they are all ignorant.
And they are all ignorant, meaning they don't know, which means they don't know the prophecies to even tell you why all these countries are gearing up for war. Why all the victims are cheap upon the earth? Go ahead.
It says they are all dumb dogs.
They are all dumb dogs. And when you take a dog, you set a dog in on your property to warn you from intruders that's coming on the property. That's why you go, you see the dog always hollering and barking in the alley because the dog sees somebody Only thing the dog knows, he don't know that guy just walking in the alley. He just know to bark because he getting close to my master's property. You know what I'm saying? So y'all are dumb dogs, which means you're ignorant, or you can't bark, you can't warn the people from the impending dangers that's going to come upon America, man. Mainly on the Jakes, which is Jacob's trouble, man. Go ahead.
So they cannot bark.
They cannot bark, which means they can't blow the trumpet. They don't have the inspiration. They don't have the breath of the Most High. That what makes them dumb dogs. And you defeating the purpose. You put a dog out there and he can't bark, you might as well put his ass down, man. That's the only reason you got him. You know? It's only mission. That's it. Go ahead.
It says sleeping.
Sleeping. See? We are woke, man. You know, we was in a sleep state at one time, but through the spirit of Yahawashi dealing with our apostles, all right, we was woken up, man. We've been quickened. Ephesians 2:1. You know what I'm saying? But they sleep, and that's what they want to do, lure you back to sleep. You know? Go ahead.
Yeah, real quick, a point I want to make. If you hired on as a security guard, right? What's the main thing to get you fired? They fire you on the job, man. Your job is to be watching, man. You supposed to be up, man.
That's right.
You have some fucking coffee, man, or something, man. You know what I mean? That's the last thing you can do is go to sleep.
That's true.
You know?
Hey, you might be in the second watch, the third watch.
Yeah.
Hey, you gotta stay up, man. Be security, man. You know?
That's the only thing they paying you for.
That's it.
The last thing you can do is go to sleep, nigga.
That's it. That's it.
And they show you, I forgot what movie it was like a scary movie. Where it was a security nigga, he fell asleep and got down on the monitor, motherfucker getting nigga knocked out on the monitor, motherfucker getting hacked. It's another spirit. The only thing you have to do is be awoke, man. When you go, if you're a watchman, you go to sleep. It ain't nothing you can do, man. You docile, you done. I mean, you know what I mean? I can walk by you. You they showing the movie, two motherfuckers come by and take the key from around your neck while you sleep. It's just vulnerable, man. Yep.
All right, I got clear precept. All right.
That was it on that Isaiah.
All right, it's a little bit more now. I got
it.
On that kind. Yeah, this is seeing us said lying down, loving to slumber.
Lying down, loving to slumber, man. You know, they ain't going out on the highways and byways and hedges, man. You know, they say a little sleep, a little slumber, the folding of the hands. You know, that's what they're doing, man. You know, while the apostles started with the apostles and the elders, all down the younger brothers like us, man, we stand diligent, man, stand on fire, going out, all right, standing upon our watch. You know?
Yeah, this is Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, which shall never hold their peace.
That's right. Yahawashi have set watchmen upon their walls, man. When you see brothers out on the highways and byways and hedges, that's the watchmen standing upon their walls. In the ancient times, you had the watchmen standing on all the four corners of the kingdom, all right, looking at all four corners, seeing if anything miles away that's coming that's going to threaten the kingdom, man. And they were standing on the high points of the kingdom, and that's what we at. We at the high points of America, like all four corners of the world, should I say?
Yeah, another thing too, because the walls represent the internet.
That's it.
That's why we read Ezekiel 33rd chapter, where it said, "Let us." They stand by the walls. They say, "Let us see what the prophet says." So the walls is actually the internet, man. You got to be on your watch day and night, because we got, like right now, we on our watch. We live on the watch, man. And once we shut down, brothers across the world, they're gonna be on the watch. That's what that scripture going into. Never hold their peace day or night. And I got to preach up real quick. Go back to you. Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. See? And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon a table, that he may run that readeth.
And that's what we're doing right now, man. This is a form of us reading these scriptures, digesting them, taking the bitter with the sweet, and we running right now, all right, which is symbolic to doing the work.
Yeah.
All right, we running to tell our people what's going to happen, man.
Yeah, and that's how you go like the ancient world. Even with Esau, they had the Pony Express.
Right.
And before they had mail and delivery, they had the Pony Express.
Hit me right up.
Yeah, had a motherfucker jump on the horse and run and take the messages back.
That's it.
Yep. Verse 3. For the vision, see?
What's that vision? The ultimate, the pinnacle of that vision is America being destroyed and his elect, Yahawashi Yahawashi being sending Yahawashi Yahawashi sending his only begotten son Yahawashi and delivering the elect out of their destruction. All right, that's the pinnacle of that vision. That's yet for an appointed time.
Yeah. It says for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end,
right now we're in the end, man. All right, in the end,
it shall speak.
That's right. And how is it speaking? Through the prophets, man. All right, Amos. All right, the Lord power will do nothing, but he will reveal his secret unto his servants, the prophets. All right.
And where you Muslim niggas at? Man, all that nigga says Salama Salaka and do some crazy shit, man. That's it, man. You niggas jokes out there, man. It said, and not lie.
And not lie, man. We see all these things happen, man. All these things happening around the globe, man. You know, we see the gospel being preached throughout the four corners. All right, just like the book of Matthew said, man. 24th chapter, man. So that should let you know that it's not going to lie, man.
And can I say too, man, we convinced over here. We know, man. Fuck you niggas out there. Yeah, we convinced. We know, man. That's why we here. Like people talk shit, like it show you the magnitude of the mentality or the mental capacity of you people. You will look at us and say, oh, you niggas got on dresses. But instead of you looking at it like, damn, they got on that, they must be taking this shit serious. They must really know some shit. I don't know. You don't look at that aspect. They look at it one view. But see, we convinced over here, man. You think we together tonight? You think this is, you know what I mean? You think we here together bullshit? I mean, we brothers could be sleep. You think we said, what this benefiting us, man? You niggas ain't wiring us no money to my account. I know ain't none of you niggas wiring no money to my account, man. So this show you that we sincerely the men of the Lord, man.
Right.
All right? We compelled to do the work. The Spirit of the Lord rested on us, man. So let me finish this out. It said, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry means to prolong. All right, hope deferred maketh the heart sick, man. Yep. All right, and it's tearing right now. Our hope is being deferred. All right, and we're literally sick in the mind, man. All right, sick in the body. All right, sick of being slaves. Okay, sick of being frustrated. Sick of being low. All right, that's sick, man. We literally sick because our hope is being deferred because it's tearing, it's prolonging. All right, and what's their hope? And just to add what I said, that's like a pep talk from the Lord. Because we know it's tarrying, so when we read this, we're like, oh damn, the Lord telling me that. The Lord telling me it's tarrying. This hurt me more than it hurt you. This is gonna hurt me more than it hurt you. It says, wait for it. Wait for it. That's the key thing, to wait for it, man. And whether that goes back into having patience, man. You know, to have the capability or pray for the capability if you see yourself getting faint in that capability to endure hardship without even showing expression, man. Being made lively stones, man, to endure, which means to make hard. All right? Yeah. Is it on that? No. I was finna get a quick precept, but I thought it was it. Those who wait on me shall redeem their strength. I thought that was the 59th chapter. That what that is? Those who wait on me shall renew their strength. No, Isaiah. Isaiah 59.
Let's see. I believe it's so. It's probably like around. Let's see.
Somebody can get that and I'll go back to it.
40, 31.
40 and 31. Yeah, damn so yeah. I'll go back here while they get
I got it. Go back to Isaiah. It's Isaiah 62 and 6 again. It says, I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem, who should not hold their peace day nor night, Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent, and give him no rest.
And give him no rest, man. Like the persistent widow. Yeah, right? We crying out day to day, man, day by day. Lord, please come back and destroy this place. Please come back and set up righteousness so we can have a chance, so we can finally have the chance to know what is righteous, because we don't know what righteous is in this kingdom. Living up on the Esau either. Go ahead.
Till he established, until he make Jerusalem a praise in the earth.
So he established, all right, something to be grounded and make Jerusalem a praise in the earth. And Jerusalem is a people before it's a place, all right? And starting with the elect, Jerusalem, which is the Hebrew Israelites, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and not just any average 2/3, all right, that don't believe. Starting with the elect, we're going to be a praise in the earth, man, all right? Because the kingdom is going to be set up.
Yeah, God, that's the kingdom.
All right?
And you got to wait till the kingdom, man. We got to do this work. And we got to do this work until really the kingdom is established.
That's it.
Because the kingdom, because the work, it ain't going to stop. When you read Acts, the 14th chapter, in the 22nd verse, it says, with much tribulation, we're going to enter into the kingdom. So the work is going to go on regardless, man. A part of the work is faith. That's why the Lord said, work, faith without work.
It's dead.
So even when it comes to the time when the Lord take us off the streets, that don't mean you just kick back.
That's the beginning.
That's the beginning, man.
Beginning.
You got to be, you still, that faith going to be activated in you, man.
Yes.
And you have to endure all the way into the end.
That's when Isaiah 33:6 is going to kick in.
Yeah.
Knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability. Is you going to be grounded, or you going to, you're going to lean over?
That truth shall be thy shield and buckler.
Oh, man. Psalm 91. That's right.
That truth shall be thy shield and buckler, man.
That's right. A shield is what? Something that protects you. A buckler is what walks you down, walks you in.
They put you fiery dots, the shield. And it also links up in a subtle way, if you're paying attention, Isaiah 15th chapter, where Yahawashi said, if you abide in me, I abide in you. That's this truth. Woo! And we know he'll deliver. So if you got the knowledge of you, that's going to deliver.
Woo! Yeah.
You got it. Go ahead and bring up. If you get something. St. John 15. It's like I said, Isaiah. Some might be something in Isaiah. It's St. John 15.
14.
I'm thinking that deep down. Like about the 5th verse.
It's St. John, chapter 15.
You can start.
I started verse 1.
Yeah, go ahead and start verse 1.
It's Isaiah. I'm at Salaki. There I go. Isaiah. St. John. St. John, chapter 15, and verse 1. I am the true vine, and my Father is the husbandman. Yeah, and that's Yahawashi. All right, being the true vine. All right, and his father, all right, is the planter. All right, he's the true husband, which is also a vine dresser. It says, verse 2: every branch in me that beareth not fruit, he taketh away. All right. So,
and then in him is really this word.
Beautiful.
So if you in this word and you ain't doing the work, you ain't bearing fruit.
Beautiful.
The Lord gonna kick you out, man. Go ahead.
And every branch that beareth fruit, he purge of it.
Right, and that's what happened. You come into this thing, the Lord purge you, man. And we know this for a fact, man. We know this for a fact, man. Straight up and down, man.
Quick precept.
Yep, go ahead.
Matter of fact, through the spirit of Yahawashi, I can just quote it. Ecclesiastes chapter 2 and verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Hey, that's a cornerstone scripture. Man, all the brothers, if you really a real brother, you know that scripture like that. You know that scripture like that, man.
You live that scripture.
Yeah. You're so been in the squad. Right, kick your ass. You know that, man. Look, this is my rifle. This is my. You're in the service, you know, man. You have to serve the Lord, man. And the true man who went through that process, that refining. This ain't no joke, man.
No.
Again, what? It's 9:11, 9:20, going to 9:30 Central Time. Man, we out here, man.
That's right.
We out here, we doing the work. You think we just doing it for fun? This is the spirit of Yahawashi Yahawashi, because we coming close to the end, and the Lord got his watchmen doing the work, man. Period. That's our life. That's it. This is our life. This is proof, man.
That's it.
Go ahead.
St. John 15:2 again. Every branch in me that beareth not fruit he taketh away, and every branch that beareth fruit, he purgeth it, that it may bring forth more fruit. Verse 3, now ye are clean through the word which I have spoken unto you. Abide, and this is the point, abide in me, and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself.
Right, so when you read Isaiah 33:6, it said, knowledge and wisdom be the spirit at that time. That's because Yahawashi is in you. And he's the deliverer. So if the deliverer is in you, you are nothing more than a vessel. You know what I mean? If I'm Dale Earnhardt Jr. and you throw me, and I'm gonna win the race, you know what I mean? I'm gonna qualify. The car don't matter. As long as Dale Earnhardt Jr. in him. Yeah, go ahead.
It said, abide in me and I in you, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself.
Yeah, a car can't bear fruit by itself. Like a car can't, it might have 108 on the dash. It can't do that by itself. It needs something to get in it and move it. So the spirit of Yahawashi is in us, and that's what's going to make us, we can't do nothing. We're not bearing the fruit tonight. But it's somebody out there, I believe, through the spirit watching this, and they're gonna say, oh shit, I get it, man. Something gonna move somebody, but it's not of us. It's because of who? Yahawashi. The reason why we up tonight. See what I'm saying? If it was up to us, man, if I was just me and it was just, I'd already be asleep, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, go ahead. Huh?
It says, except it abide in the vine. No more can ye, except ye abide in me.
So that proves that we are in the spirit, which goes all full circle. The testimony of Yahweh. Yahawashi said, abide in him. And we all know what is his testimony? Prophecy. So we got no choice but to prophesy, man. Like every week, like we just, and I'm gonna say this, man, where we down south, but it get cold where we at, man. It got chilly last week, and it's gonna get more, it's gonna get real cold. And we gonna be out there through the spirit of power, Yahawashi Yahawashi. Because last week, we was out there, and when you really think about it, it was all the spirit led us there. The spirit of Yahawashi made us be where we was at. Because if it was of men, we would have been out there freezing up, man. We wouldn't have been able to hit the scriptures, go to the precepts. It wouldn't have been a well-oiled machine. Go ahead up.
Verse 5, St. John 15 and verse 5, I am the vine, and ye are the branches. So Yahawashi is the vine, and in our case, the hopefully elect, we are the branches. He that abideth in me, and I in him, the same bringeth forth much fruit, for without me ye can do nothing.
Yep. And that's like the analogy we gave. We own the vessels, man. That's why you see these different groups. I don't give a damn what denomination you from. You ain't making no noise because Yahawashi ain't dealing with you, man. And the reason why people hate us, people talk shit, we up there on the radar. You know, everybody who got something to say, they bring great millstone out there. You don't hear Vocab Malone, all these different guys spending their time and resources and energy and getting on these different camps. They focus on great millstone. So that's because the spirit of Yahawashi on us, man. All right, go ahead, more on that.
Yeah, come. If a man abide, if a man, this is St. John 15 and 6, if a man abide not in me, he is cast forth as a branch and is withered. And man gather them and cast them into the fire, and they are burned.
Yeah, that's dealing with the nuclear missiles. We see the guys that don't abide in Yahawashi, they don't produce fruit. And then one thing about it, just say a branch, right? You take a branch off a tree, when you first take it off, it still look like alive.
May have a bud.
Yeah, might even have a bud. It might have a plum on it. As time goes, so that's how it was ITR. It look like they still,
yeah.
they still got on garments. They look like they
Yeah.
doing some shit,
Yeah.
but they just withering away.
Yeah.
You got more on that? I think that was it on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody?
Yeah.
It's 1 Corinthians 14:1. It says, "Follow after charity and desire spiritual gifts, but rather that ye may prophesy."
Woo! And that charity is what? Pushing the word. It ain't talking about feeding the homeless. And matter of fact, somebody get Acts 6:2 right quick. Then somebody else get 1 Timothy 4:16. Acts 6:2. Yep, bring it out.
It's Acts chapter 6, verse 2. And the 12 called the multitude of disciples unto them and said, It is not reason that we should leave the word of the Most High and serve tables.
Right. And serve table. That's like you giving niggas turkeys for Thanksgiving, man.
Yeah, man. Real quick, Jake that me and the brother knew back in the world. All right, thought he was deep in the scriptures. All right, he thought this scripture was speaking about going out on a Saturday, which they deemed as the Sabbath being a 7-day Adventist. He thought that this was what was charity all about, going out and feeding the homeless. Standing in the park downtown in Kelly Ingram Park, feeding some motherfucking niggas, man.
Yes.
All right, but you shunning the true men of the King James version, man. You shunning the men that is out there really, really feeding people and really, really doing the charity, but you took it in your vain brain because the Most High, Romans 1:28, gave you over to a reprobate mind frame. You thinking standing in a line feeding some Jake was really charity.
Yeah, no. Lord gonna smile on you.
Yeah.
Hey, matter of fact, go to the pocket right quick, get Ecclesiastes 12:1. Because, we're not obligated to give to you niggas, man.
It's
If
Ecclesiastes.
you go into the time of the disciples, it was a closed fold. They only dealt with the believers, man. They ain't give to the unbelievers. Yep. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
It says, when thou will do good, know to whom thou doest.
Right.
That's
So
it.
if you do got extra money freed up, you don't go and give it to some destitute nigga asking for some change outside the store. You give it to the brothers. Yeah, go ahead.
It says, so shalt thou be thankful for thy benefits.
Mm-hmm.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 2. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt find a repentance, and if not from him, yet from the Most High.
Right, so you look out for a brother.
Salaki, the word is recompense. Salaki.
Recompense, right.
Salaki.
If you do good to a brother, if he can't pay you back, the Lord got you, man. So bottom line, you just take care of the brothers, man. Go ahead, huh?
Come. I'm gonna read verse 2 again. Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 2. Do good to the godly man, and thou shalt
See,
find.
you do good to the godly man.
Come.
You got niggas out here that's homeless and need money, but they don't call on the name of Yahawashi.
That's it.
Go ahead.
And thou shalt find recompense, and if not from him, yet from the Most High.
Verse the Most High pay you back if the brother ain't got
That's
it.
it.
Go ahead.
He ain't gonna tell him. He ain't gonna pay you back with no
It
money.
ain't gotta be money.
Gotta be
It
no
can
money.
be.
It can be, but
But the Lord might save your life. Because the scripture talk about how in the day of death, the Lord remember your work. There's plenty of time we death was coming. And the Lord remember things that we did and say, the Lord bad, man. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse
And
3.
you will take that more than money.
That's right. That's right.
The Lord knows what you really need.
That's right.
Now, you might give a brother $100, $200, so you know what I mean? But just think the Lord saved your life. What you gonna take? $200 back or your life? The Lord give you way more than what you gave him. Yeah, go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 3. There can no good come to him that is always occupied in evil, nor to him that giveth no alms.
Right. That means you look out for the brother, and then really going to teaching too. That's twofold. All this we read, we're going to teaching. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 4. Give to the godly man and help not a sinner.
See, so he should have read that.
Yeah.
Because this thing is not, we separate.
Yeah, but the nigga didn't know nothing about the apocrypha.
See?
So the nigga didn't have no clues of the truth.
Yeah, see, without the apocrypha, you die.
Yeah. And he will attempt to change the seat. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Attempt. But see, the thing the Lord said, don't give. Read that one more time.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 4, give not, Salakia, give to the godly man.
That sound low down. These Christians will say, hold up, I love my enemy.
Yeah,
no, the Lord said, read it again.
Give to the godly man and help not the sinner.
See, you leave them high and dry, man. Woo. And that's going into the word. So that's it with that. Matter of fact, the 5th verse too. Go ahead and read that.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 5, do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread.
And like again, that's twofold. That's dealing with money and it's not. Because Matthew 7 and 6. Matter of fact, get Matthew 7 and 6 real quick. Matthew 7 and 6 is direct. Let's show you that this is the teachings of Yahawashi right here. Ecclesiastes and that Matthew, this is Yahawashi, the same mindset. Go ahead.
And this Matthew 7 and 6 said, give not that which is holy unto dogs, neither cast ye your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn again and rend you.
And rend mean attack you. Yep, so go ahead, wherever you at.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 5 again, do well unto him that is lowly, but give not to the ungodly. Hold back thy bread, and give it not unto him, lest he overmaster thee thereby, or else.
Talking about some doctrines.
Done.
Overmaster, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The philosophical.
I just gonna say, start talking about the chromosphere.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
neutrons.
Yeah. The elevation of the syphilus, you know. For else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have. Well, that's heavy right there. For else thou shalt receive. That's right. For else thou shalt receive twice as much evil for all the good thou shalt have done unto him.
Right. So
that's what
that goes. The overall picture is the charity. All right, that's dealing with pushing the word, which is prophecy. You know, that's a testimony of the Lord. Because you saving somebody's life, man. What we giving you, we actually saving your life, man. And what makes it charity is, matter of fact, get Matthew 10 and 8 real quick. Then, and something else I call for that 1 Timothy.
Yeah.
Hold that 1 Timothy. Get that Matthew 10 and 8 right quick. We're going to show you what makes it charity. 1 Timothy 4 and 16. Yeah.
Matthew
10 and 8 or whatever.
Yeah, that's Matthew chapter 10 and verse 8. It says, heal the sick, cleanse the leper, raise the dead, cast out devils, freely ye have received, freely give.
And that's charity. Because we freely receive his word. So we freely give it away. Now give me that
This 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee.
That's covering the multitude of sin. That's the charity that covers the multitude of sin. Those who hear us going to be saved, and we're going to save ourselves. And what save us? Giving away the word, the charity. All right, have you got something else?
Yeah, kind of. This 2 Ezra 2 and 20 said, do right to the widow, judge for the fatherless, give to the poor, defend the orphan, clothe the naked.
Yeah, what's that talking about, man? You people think that's literal. That's why you got these churches, got these food drives around this time of year, the so-called holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, they giving away canned goods and old coats and Levi's. And they think they're going to get some brownie points with the Most High. They don't understand that dealing with teaching the word. Go ahead out.
They'll laugh not a lame man to scorn.
Right. It meaning you breaking the scriptures down and the brother asks you some simple shit like, he might say, oh, so he might be off. You don't just laugh him to scorn. He might be sincere. But I ain't talking about like a dude walking up the street because the Lord set him up like that, man. That lame man to scorn is a brother that might can't get it. You know what I mean? And you don't just make mock because the Lord gave you the gift. You ain't do it on your own. So if a brother be kind of off, you might say something off. You don't laugh him to scorn. You teach him, man. Yo, bro, nah, that don't mean that, man. That don't mean that. Well, because he lame, he trying to, he weak.
That's it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
It says, defend the maimed and let the blind man come into the sight of my clearness.
See? And we was that. We was blind men, and we came into the sight of the Lord clearness. Now we see perfectly clear. That scripture show you that the Lord dealing with us, man. Because I know I can attest for you, the brothers in this room and the brothers that's doing the work throughout the landscape of America, near and far throughout the world. The brothers of Great Millstone. They see clearly, man. They see what this thing is about. You ain't got to know the deep breakdown. You know that America gonna be destroyed. You know Esau the devil. You know you the Israelites. You see clearly, man. Yeah, go ahead, up. That was it on it. Yep. So, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just going back on what the brother just said, bringing out the first Timothy chapter 4:16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine, continue in them. For in doing this, thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. All right, because that's what we set up to do. All right, to speak to the elect amongst the 2/3 of our people in hopes of them coming up out of 2/3 of our people. And by us doing that, us hopes of saving our own soul. This is Ezekiel 33 and verse 9. Nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his way to turn from it, and who's the wicked? This is speaking about the wicked amongst our people, the 2/3. We know the ultimate wicked is Esau, Edom, but this is speaking to our people because that's the job at hand, to bring up the elect out of our people. Ezekiel 33:9 again, nevertheless, if thou warn the wicked of his ways to turn from it, and that's what we're doing, all right? If he does not turn from his way, he shall die in his iniquity. And that's the 2/3, all right? We warn him, all right, Jake, to turn from their ways, but the 2/3 are not going to turn from their ways. Only the elect is going to come up out of it, so that means the 2/3 are going to die. But in the midst of us doing this, but thou hast delivered thy soul, all right, which is what we want. Lord willing, we be a part of that number by blowing the trumpet, by being in the spirit of prophecy, all right? We're doing this because we're in the spirit of Yahawashi in hopes of saving our souls, doing the work of our Lord and our Savior, Yahawashi.
Yep, they tell you that in 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, I think the 7th verse, all that shall escape. Escape by their works. So, anybody got some more precepts? You got some over there? You got some? Yeah, man. So, hey, with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Wahab, Rakab, Quadash.
double honors to our teachers, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. The men whom we believe through the spirit of how Yahawashi was raised up in these last days to establish his word. And to you brothers out there that's doing likewise, continuing that legacy, Shalom.
Shalom.
Brothers on the comment board, and the sincere Aqua out there as well. Shalom.
Shalom.